Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm Emily Ruth, for those of you that don't know, and I'm going to be talking about a lot of things and doing a card drawing today, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, so a lot is happening. It's Thursday when I'm filming this, so I got a lot planned because my birthday's Friday, and we're going hiking and visiting some friends, so I'm excited for all that. But I've been doing my studying, reading books, and one of the books I'm reading right now is The 3 Ways of Volunteers in the New Earth by Dolores Cannon. And for those of you who don't know who Dolores Cannon is, she is the founder of QHHT, which is Quantum Healing Hypnosis Therapy. And basically where you talk to your subconscious or higher self, she puts you under and ask all the questions that you need to ask, and basically goes into past lives, if you believe in that stuff. And some of the past lives that she's been writing books about, she's passed on since then, was about not human lives, which I definitely resonate with. So, the chapter that I was reading yesterday, I'm reading a chapter a day, was chapter 7, Checking on the Kids. And in this one, they talk about how this woman, she questions, she started off in her past life, which she was a man, and there was this Stargate portal thing. She had a pendant, and she was a man in this life, and he wasn't sure what the Stargate thing was and like how'd he learn it. So then they're like, oh, I'm alone this time, which was weird, but it's my mission to be alone this time. And so they took that person back to when he puts the mail, and he asked like, oh, how'd you learn about this? And he was in a school that was all males and male teacher, and the male teacher was like this bright light being. And they were like, oh, why isn't there any females? Because she was in a female in this life, so she was just kind of curious. And they're like, well, men are expendable and females are not, because they have to have babies, like sacred. And but they were like feminine in nature, which was interesting. The men were, because they were wearing skirts, and so that was interesting. And then the whole purpose of the Stargate was to go time travel, to check on the children, and the children was us humans. And but in order to do the Stargate and stuff, which was in a pyramid and in a body, but sometimes that person wasn't in a body, it was a light body, which was kind of interesting. They would go time travel, but in order to time travel, they had to have planets align, or if they weren't to travel and the planets align, it would be like a rift. And so that was interesting. But she was supposed to like teach them and whatnot. And it was very interesting. But it also talked about how she was wanting children in this life. But she was on the wrong path. Well, she signed up to have children, I'm gonna put it that way. And she was on the wrong path, and then she had like this plane crash that like changed her whole life around, and then she had like 2 kids. So she was like on the wrong path. It was very interesting. And she basically, this was her first time on Earth, but she didn't know her mission, and something she had done throughout the universe, checking in on children and kids and see how they're doing, and helping them to see what they need to do coming times ahead. So she had a very specific mission, but she got sidetracked with her other job until she had that plane crash, and which almost killed her. And so basically that was like a divine intervention to like put her back on her path. And like time is short, and so sometimes they have to take drastic measures to turn people around, which I thought was pretty interesting. I wouldn't say I had any like life or death situations, but I've had some pretty significant things happen to me in my life that like made me think about things. Obviously, I'm sure some of you can relate, like a death in the family, that like really like profound experience. Or yeah, I mean, when my stepdad died, like that threw me through a loop. Sent me in a downward spiral spiral, and then I was like, okay, I don't feel like doing this anymore, and then I started working on myself, and lo and behold, here I am. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. So that was like chapter 7. I'm going to be reading chapter 8 today, which is called The Exile. So that'll be interesting on its own. But now it leads me to The Magical Mediumship by Dainelle Dionne. And I read chapter 11. I don't know, it's taking me a while to get through this book, so I skipped some pages around because that's what my friend recommended. And the chapter 11 was spirit guides, and it's been interesting because I've been connecting to other people's spirit guides lately. One time I was doing a mediumship practice not too long ago, and after the mediumship practice was done, I had a friend's spirit guide come through that I saw the day before, because she was asking about something, and I was like, oh, like, this is this person, but I think it's like a new guide. And so her other guide came through just to be like, hey. But when her other guide came through, it basically was calling her out, saying she needed to work on things and why she wasn't. And mind you, I haven't talked to that person in a while, so I didn't know what she was doing. So that was interesting. But anyway, I also had somebody's higher self come through to give messages during a mediumship reading, but it wasn't supposed to be a normal reading. It was just like an exchange. So that was pretty interesting. But anyway, so it talks about on chapter 11. So she comes from like a spiritualist church, and I'm spiritual, but I'm not like of a church, right? And so it talks about like how, take it for what you will. I believe you have main guides, and then you have guides for other things. That's what I personally believe. I don't really necessarily have a name for them, but according to spiritualist church and stuff, there's like specific 7 guides. But take it for what you will. They had like the gatekeeper, which is like the main honcho, like probably there for like ever, I'm sure. The chemist, which is the one for physical health and well-being. The doctor, which is more, she calls it the philosopher, which helps guides and understand daily life. The teacher, assistant, acquire knowledge. The guardian angel, which is not necessarily an angel, but is basically of a higher vibration, but more like part of your family in a sense. The culture guide, which I thought was interesting, or ethnic guide, help expand cultural perspective and global view, which I feel like I have one, but it's my frog Walden, but he's like connecting me to other star seeds. Anyway, so I don't know what to call that. They also have the master teacher, which is like ascended masters. But they may change. And you have other guides, and then she goes on about how connecting with them. But she was talking about asking like specific questions, and some of the questions I thought were interesting, but she was like, it's not to be like an interrogation. But usually when I see something new, I'm like, oh, what's your name? Who are you? What are you for? Type thing. And then she goes about like these to keep focusing when you do like meet them, to ask these specific questions like, what is your name? What is your purpose in my life? What do I need to know right now, and how will I recognize in your future? I personally see my guides as beings or humans, depending on who they are. And yeah, so I didn't really like that last one because that's just how I see them. But I guess it could be like how you recognize them, like a number or something. She goes in and talking about like numbers, synchronicities, signs or symbols, and how you know you were near. I usually get like a ringing in my ear when I know they're trying to tell me something, and I think if it's more higher vibration, it's my left, but usually if it's my guides, it's my right ear rings. So I don't know if you'll resonate with that, but I just thought that was interesting to read. That stuck out with me. Yeah, but anyway, So speaking of which, I just wanted to like pull some cards about, I don't know, the rest of January, I guess. So so exciting. I'll be 27 on my 27th. On the 27th birthday on the 27th. So I'm really excited for that. But I want to pull cards for you all. And the first thing that came out is miracles. Whee! Let's see. What does everybody that's watching this at any time need to know? There's one that fell out. I'm feeling like 3 cards, so one more. The one that fell out is change, but that was kind of upside down, so that's very specific. Change is a coming, which seems to be very prevalent these days. I keep getting like energy shift change, but not like, you know, the big earth shift, you know. I don't think it's like that, but I think energy wise. Okay. And sensitivity. Wow, it's all purple too, which was upside down to me, so interesting. All right. Sometimes with this deck, which is the Animalkin Oracle deck, they have numbers, which sometimes I look at, sometimes I don't. 63, 42, and 24. So if y'all resonate with those are awesome. They also have air. They also have these little symbols in between, which represents like the earth, water, fire. So let me see. I know the arrows are air, which is the butterfly. I'm pretty sure the swivelly thing is water, I believe. This one is spirit. And air is mind. Pretty sure this, yeah, this one's water. I just have to make sure sometimes this one's water. Alright, so let's see. We had unicorns, butterfly, and sensitivity with the starfish. Let's see, what do I get with these? I'm gonna try to do it without looking at the book, but I am gonna look at the book later, because, yeah. So miracles, that's something about, like, expect the unexpected. Be open-minded to new possibilities for the rest of January. There's gonna be some change. Change within yourself, but change within the energy around you. That goes along with the expected, unexpected. But also with those changes comes sensitivity to yourself, around you, what you're eating, drinking, the people you hang with, that energy you'll notice. So, I'm gonna actually read what they actually say. It's gonna be a short video today as well. I think next week I'm gonna go live. Hopefully I can do it. Just this week I don't feel like it. Funny. Oh, there's a mantis. Patience. I'm gonna see what he wants later. We are miracles in this mad, mystical world. Do not forget your power and place. The unicorn teaches us to create clear visions of desires, have faith in that they will manifest, to open for miracles to occur in our lives, while us bestowing trust in the universe to allow the magic to unfold as it should. The horn on the head marks the spot of where the crown chakra is located and also represents between realms and connects us to other spiritual planes. It's said to kill a unicorn is to bring a great karmic debt, something to consider that if we choose a path of fear and disbelief in making miracles happen every day, we are destined to a life of unfulfillment. So I guess that means you get in your own way. Interesting. 42. Feels like that's not what I'm getting with that card, but I'm gonna read it anyway because it might resonate with somebody. 42. Every stage of life holds significance in shaping who we're meant to be. A sense of wonder and enchantment. Butterflies offer a moment of beautiful tranquility and splendor whenever they grace us with their presence. Oh, they navigate using a special sun compass in their polarized light, allowing them to see and move freely, even overcast. Their antennas sense wide speed and smell flowers and food and other butterflies. Deeply symbolic of the human soul, butterflies are often recognized as messengers sent from those who crossed over to the spirit world. The butterfly teaches that we experience in life plays a crucial role in shaping of who we are truly meant to be. They remind us to embrace each part of our life as a period of important learning and growth, and to see that sometimes we must walk before we can fly. And 24, I like how those are both opposites. I don't know the significance of each number, but I'm sure it's significant. Heightened awareness allows for higher perspective. They show us that our best and most powerful gifts lie in our ability to truly feel what is happening around us, to know when to retreat or react based on where we feel intuitively called by our bodies. That no matter what we may feel is lost in our lives forever can often be rebuilt or found again over time, that nothing is forever. They remind us that we don't need to carry everything on our own. We're invited to spread the weight around, ask for help, and drop the things and beliefs that no longer serve us. I guess that goes with that energy change. Again, that's for the rest of, January, part of February, I think. But how interesting. But yeah, I just like how they're all like purple. 2, 4, and then 6 and 3. So, yeah. Again, I hope you all have a wonderful Sunday when you're watching this, and a great week. And let me know in the comments what you think. Want anything else for me to talk about? That'd be cool. But let me know in the comments. Or you can visit my website, emilyrefueler.com, and message me about it. So, yeah. Bye!